Before our next speaker comes out, we're going to wake up. We're all going to wake up. We're a little sleepy right now. And actually, our next speaker has been running for the last 27 hours at the Trail Walker. So if anybody should be tired, it should be him.
冇瞓過 Joseph，大家有冇聽過 Oxfam 舉辦嘅 Trail Walker 毅行者有冇聽過？下一位嘉賓真係成晚通頂咁樣跑，
啱啱跑
埋翻嚟添啊！
喂，大家企起身。
好啦，大家
企一企，做翻啲熱身運動先。
有冇音樂啊？我哋可以有啲音樂啊！我諗下，大家可以做啲伸展嘅。
音樂開嗰陣時咧，我哋試下跳高 ，try to jump as high as you can. Some Lady Gaga.
Fresh running water in a built-in commode, and there were kids on the porches with fags lit like torches. I thought this would do.
Run on the spot, run the spot, run the spot.
So we climbed in the back, bouncing 10 to the foot. As the smoke filled the air, we were misunderstood, and the beats kept dropping.
Okay, everybody awake? Okay. Okay, so our next speaker, Joseph Ng, is 中文名
Joseph 咁佢就係一個升級再造設計師。咁大家知唔知道有冇人聽過 upcycling 係乜嘢嚟㗎？有冇人啊 ？Lincoln 你知唔知 upcycling 係咩嚟㗎？
少少啦，不如我哋俾阿 Joseph 解釋翻啦。咁啊，我哋歡迎 Joseph on stage。我哋不如唔拍手掌 ，Let's stop our feet and welcome Joseph to the stage.
Thank you. Testing, hello. 嗱，一陣如果抽筋啊，你唔好怪我。So back to English. Let me find my presentation. Any tech help? Do I put it to full screen? Okay. So my name's Joseph, and during the day, I'm an architect at a big, awesomely corporate firm, and I draw bathrooms all day. But at night, I turn into, a dreamer, a designer, and a upcycling person. So today I'll tell you a story, and it's about the Handsome Bag Company. And yeah, you're right, it is kind of, Anyways, this world, it's full of opportunities to be designed. And when I say that, because wherever you look, there's always something that can be made better, that can be drawn better, or that can have a better resolution to it. And a lot of this has to do with, improving the design. Say the chair you're sitting on, is it really the best design there is? It's made out of plastic, it's not biodegradable, right? So, those are questions that designers every day should be out there solving and improving. And that's why, the world is full of problems that needs to be solved. And because if we all just sat here every day and assumed, oh, life's going to be great, everyone's going to be boring, It's going to be like, what's that movie? Wall-E, all those fat people, they just life's good, kind of a thing. So that's not what you want. So I'm going to introduce to you a business that is not your usual business when it comes to design and making things. It's not about just, say I want to draw a bag. I'll draw it, and then, I'll send it up to some, factory up in Dongguan, and then they're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to make it. And 90% of the time, they're going to come back, and the product is completely wrong, and it's really, really ugly because they don't really understand what it is to research and design and actually follow things. So in reality, you should really make your own things first before you actually have the experience to tell people how it should be made instead of just sending them up a drawing. And well, that's my website. Am I going the wrong way? I think I've been going the wrong way the whole time. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is Handsome Bag Company. And so I look at it, this is an environmental opportunity because every day, who sits in who's been in a taxi in the last week? Wow, not that many people. Okay, some sat more than twice. That's good. And one day I was sitting, in the taxi and be like, oh, okay, this fabric's nice. It's nice and weathered. And what happens, afterwards? What's the second life? Because this is some vinyls is bound to go into the trash can, right? And the answer is true. Can you guys see it properly? But in reality, this is at a taxi chop shop, and you see some of the seats, they just throw it out. And eventually, they all go into the recycling, or not recycling, the 將運路堆填區, I think. And so there's an opportunity to use this material to do something with it. And this is just by sheer kind of like looking around and being curious and poking your head in, getting scolded by the loban and be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? I don't know, papa, kind of a thing, right? And then this is a social opportunity too, because through an upcycling program at the Polytechnic University, I met the Hong Kong Women's Workers Association, and this is Aha. And she's actually one of the seamstresses that we pay to make her bags right now. So, all of a sudden, you keep your business local. That way, not only does it, keep things cheap in terms of shipping and everything, you can actually, go meet the lady, go say hi to her, if you have free time, take her some egg tarts or something. And then this is design opportunity, right? This is me to the left. Yeah, I look really good. And then Billy, my business partner. And this is where kind of everything goes together because with an opportunity of using design, you bring all those resources together and you can change and you can make something and make it better, or at least, if not make it better, at least make something first. Then you can think about making it better, right? And so here's an awesome Venn diagram that all businesses like to use. So when you have an environmental opportunity that presents itself, a social opportunity that through schools and so on you meet and friends you make, and then through the creative process, the creative design thinking that Billy and I possess, you have a thing called the Handsome Bag Company. And in reality, it never started off as a bag at all. This is actually our first product for Handsome Bag. And as you see, it's not a bag. It's a taxi chair with some welder things on it, And it's because I really like building furniture as an architect. But once I built this, I realized it's completely useless because I can't sell it to anyone. I can't fit it in my house. My mom's going to go berserk when she sees like a ripped car seat and so on, rusting at home. So what do you think? You just kind of be curious and ask, what is there that you can break down? And you realize, that seat actually has a rip. So eventually, all the fabric can be pulled out. And then that's where Billy and I thought, hey, let's do something with this. And we came up with this crazy idea of, why don't we try making a bag? Billy's a lawyer by day, and I'm an architect. But we're just being curious about why not try to make something. So this is what happened, As you see in this photo, this is me and Billy again, and some guy's arm. I don't know whose it is. And we are actually holding rolls of that fabric that these taxi stores throw out. And thankfully, with Billy's really good looks and stuff and talking to the aunties and ates, we were able to save a lot of these, when they're, don't throw it away, you give it to us. We are artists and designers. We do something with it. Okay. So, this is how it talks. You just have to make that first step and make that initial, talk with them. And now we have 2 big rolls of this fabric, which, we go out into the social element of Hong Kong and find. If you look hard enough, this is what we did. We looked hard enough and found all these ex-seamstresses that, when the clothing trade and stuff was still in Hong Kong before it moved up to China, they all used to make bags and everything. But then afterwards, once it moved up to China, they were all fired, and one of them is actually working in the shipping industry, 揸貨櫃車嗰啲嘢。But then now, they still like to make bags. So when you present an opportunity as awesome as this to just make a bag, and not only a bag, but a bag with materials that are salvaged from something that's usually going to end up, polluting the environment, we have something. It's like a thing. And this is the bag, right? This is one of our, prime bags. This is like a tote bag. I don't have one with me today. I usually bring it onto stage, but not today, I'm sorry. But then the thing is, what do we do with it, right? Now I have a bag. Well, profit opportunity. You try to sell it. Because in order for any social entrepreneurship to keep going, it's not like you just make something and be like, oh, okay, I'm doing really good, but I'm not making any money to continue this project, to make it a better project, to grow the business, to find more people to make more bags and so on. And in this photo, I think Billy's about to make a first ever sales to that guy's wife, which we cropped out of the window. So, here I was like, give him the right receipt. And Billy's like, oh my gosh, okay. So in essence, design, when you think about creativity, is not only about just, part of it is about sitting with a pen and paper and drawing something, right? But then think about what you draw and where it can go. And if in this case, if you make something, is it sellable? Is it accepted by the audience? Is it accepted by the community? And till this day, it's tough for us. It's been tough because a lot of people, in Hong Kong don't like to buy secondhand old stuff. And then, some kid, at this sale was like, oh my gosh, they take these seats from car crashes with dead people in them. And you were like, oh my gosh, no. But this is kind of the perception you get, right? And that's why, there's endless possibilities, endless creative opportunities. Not just, you don't need to go all the way to Europe or the US, South America to find these. It's right in here in Hong Kong. I mean, I live here too, I eat the same food as you guys do. And you just sometimes have to look between the lines, and you just might one day find, a great opportunity that, can make an impact on society, whether it's big or small. You always have to start somewhere, right? So the bigger picture, the planet, is something that we want to, keep on going forever, right? Next generation and blah, blah, blah. And the people, not just us, but then also, that you guys just saw, right? And also, our customers that we sell our bags to. Not only are we just trying to educate ourselves, but we also want to educate the people we sell the bag to, that this is first of all, a genuinely good bag. And second of all, where all this material comes from, and how awesome it is that you can be part of this project, right? And third of all, surprisingly, it's reteaching a lot of these seamstresses how to make a bag. It's always, it's not like I doodle something and then give it to them. Sometimes the seamstresses, you'd be surprised, they actually know a lot of shortcuts and a lot of tricks that make the bag look better. And sometimes I'm like, wow, so yang. And she's like, yeah, you do this. I was like, oh, okay. But what happens if you made it a little narrow? So there's constant talk, in order for creativity and kind of entrepreneurship to keep going. You just have to keep talking. So this is how Handsome Bag works in a bigger level that I think can apply to every single one of you guys here. And so, in the end, our product is more than a bag. It's a story, in essence. It's not just a bag. It's a story that I think it's worthwhile to tell every one of you guys here, because if I can do it, and then, hey, I do trail walker, I have a full-time job and stuff, I'm not saying. But you guys can all go out there and be little entrepreneurs yourself, and you never know what's going to happen next. You can be the next eBay, Google, handsome bags, something, just you never know. Just go out there. It costs literally nothing. And, when Billy and I, we first made our bag and we made that sale, we were so happy because these were two kind of crazy guys going out there trying to make something, and we actually sold a bag that came out of our creative idea and concept. So it's a hard feeling to describe unless you guys go through it. So I really do encourage any and every one of you to at least give it a shot somehow, sometime. And that's it, Handsome Bag Company. Thank you.
好，多謝晒你 Joseph。咁有冇人有問題啊？已經有一個啦。我想話有冇人有問題？
Great company. I'm from the UK, so there's a lot of upcycling going there with Virgin train uniforms and parachutes and things like that, so it's great. I was wondering, for Hong Kong, what is your target market and what is your target price point for your bags?
Well, our target market, well, you'd be surprised. I mean, all our bags, we try to make it unisex. That's one thing, so that both guys can buy for girlfriends and so on, and girlfriends can just buy for girlfriends. But but you'd be surprised. Actually, our target our market has been a lot of middle-aged ladies that actually. Who's laughing? That actually really like the story because they think it's something really fresh and novel and it's not necessarily just another LV bag. And in terms of our target, our pricing, I mean, we try to not mid to premium price for a product. And because, a lot of it goes into also the research and design, working with our seamstresses, and keeping everything local. So it's not like I can go and make 1,000 of these. In essence, these are limited bags that probably I can make only 20 a month, but I can go in and make sure everyone's perfect. So how much is it for a bag? Oh, okay, well, our tote bag right now is $1,300. Yeah, okay.
Any other questions?
有冇人想問 Joseph 呢條問題 ？OK。
So what's the distribution channel?
The distribution channel. I mean, right now we've been able to talk to a few stores that would like to carry our products. So it is at a storefront and available. But we also do a lot with internet sales too. And sometimes what internet sales attracts people is we also allow for slight customization. Saying if your bag, you want an iPad case like yours, or a pocket in the bag, we have the opportunity to be able to do it because we're such a small run of production. I can actually call up the lady and be like, oh, can you add this dimension bag? And, it's usually fine.
Is there any other questions? I have a question. Do you have any plans to scale up your operation?
Well, I mean, definitely. We're definitely trying to just think of ways that we can do that, with the right channels. Because, say, all of a sudden we get an order for 1,000, then we have to completely think about how this business model changes. Because, I mean, part of we want to keep the story genuine, right? And the thing is, sometimes with projects like this, there might be only a scale that it can plateau at because you want to keep it a genuinely good story instead of being able to become this crazy conglomerate. So there's always talks about how we want to upscale or downscale this project, but there isn't a definite conclusion yet, though. So
maybe one or two more questions over here.
Do you have plans to diversify your products? Do you plan to recycle other materials as well and to create other products?
Of course, definitely. I mean, thanks to this project, a lot of media and a lot of other companies have started approaching us. But whether it can fall all under necessarily the handsome bag umbrella, that's yet to be discussed, because we've essentially created a very niche product that I think once the branding is down right, it'd be really hard for all of us. And hey, I'm gonna make another bag out of a race car seat. I mean, there's just nothing that really links it, because with the handsome story, it's a lot stronger, because everyone has a taxi story. Everyone there's something very local about it still. So, but then that doesn't stop us from working with other companies to try to help them as consultants and also designers to help them solve whatever problems they have.
Great. Well, one last question.
Hi.
Hello.
What is the most interesting finding or the most bizarre finding since you putting your idea into practice?
So the most bizarre kind of story or finding?
It can be anything.
Oh, okay. Those fabrics are actually really colorful, believe it or not, because I don't have a photo, but when we take out the fabric, it's actually in quite a few layers. There's the outer fabric that you see in the bags, but then there's some foam, and then on the interior, to cut corners, they just find like the most random piece of like colorful PVC fabric and just like stitch it. So there's some cushioning, so when you sit on the seat. And when we opened it, like we found like fluorescent orange, like maroon red, lime green, and so on. And we're just like, I thought taxis were like dull and boring. And it's like, why didn't you flip it to the other side? That'd be like an awesome taxi. So next time I might just approach the transport department and tell them, you should do that or something. But that's been a pretty interesting find in our journey so far.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Joseph,
Thank you.
for sharing your
Thanks,
experience.
Joseph.
Thank you.